Today I want to show you 8 tools that will help you with your tech startup. I'm using these tools every day. It shortens my time, makes me more productive, more efficient, and reduces the amount of action that I actually need to do in order to run my startup. So hi, my name is Nevo. Welcome back to the channel. I talk mainly about open source, tech, and marketing. In the last 2 years, I've grown Novu from 0 to 31,000 stars in less than 2 years. And lately, my startup, Gitroom, was declared of one of the fastest growing tech startup by Runa Capital. Today, I'm going to show you 8 tools to grow your tech startup. The first one is Dub. Dub is a short linking tool. There is a bunch of them in the market. I really like it because it's also open source. Using short linking is something that people have done all their life, but you need to know how to do it right. Of course that you can track your links to see the amount of clicks you're getting from the different countries, but what I like about it is that I can actually also understand which campaign worked for me and which one didn't. So let's take an example. I'm using Dub.sh and I created on Notion a new ticket for my next video. So I mark this video as 001, and then when I go to Dub.sh and I create a new link, I add a tag of 001. The next thing I do is also adding a UTM link. Now the best thing when you're short linking something is that when you use a UTM link, people can't see it. It's already embedded in the short link, so it's impossible to remove it. So I can actually track where people came from. So I have double tracking. One of them is the actual campaign and another one is the UTM. So what I usually do, I just go to see what got the most amount of views over time. And I can always connect it to the tag. So I can see what was the best performing campaign that I had. I put usually those Dub.sh link everywhere on my YouTube, on Dev.to, anything possible. For me specifically, I didn't want to buy like a Gitroom kind of short link, so I bought the domain git.sn and I'm using it all the time. Here is a pro tip that you can use in order to track your GitHub. So the problem with short linking, no matter if you put a UTM, is that when you go to GitHub, GitHub removes all your UTMs, all your referer, and you can't really understand who came from what. So let's take an example. If I'm using an influencer and they go to GitHub, after they go to my website and register, that's it. I've lost all the attribution. The best thing to do is double redirect. What do I mean by that? You take a redirect from Dub.sh and you redirect it somewhere inside your website. Your website register the UTM and then redirect again to GitHub. Once the user come back to your website and register, you can use this UTM from before that you registered to fire different events. That gives you the most amount of options for tracking and to actually understand what's going on. The next tool that I like is Plausible. Plausible is an alternative to Google Analytics. The main thing with Google Analytics is it's sometimes a little bit overwhelming. There is too much stuff inside. There is traffic acquisition and engagement acquisition, and it feels just too hard, and I don't even need it basically. So in Plausible, it's really easy. You have one screen with all your things inside. They are really good in tracking also UTMs. Once you get the link from Dub.sh, they save the UTM, and then it will be tracked everywhere. Another thing that I've done with Plausible is that I saved the landing page where the user landed at first. So this is also cool because let's say somebody found me somewhere over the internet not from my short links, let's say a blog. I save this blog URL into my local storage as the first entry to my website, and then on different things in the website I fire events with Plausible, let's say registrations or logins or any product activity, and then I actually pass that landing page with the entire event. So then I can see, for example, how many people landed on this page, and from them, what is the percentage of the people that actually converted to be paid users. That is super useful because then you can understand what blog post works better and you can push into that more and more. I've done this a lot also inside of Novu, highly recommended. The next tool is Commonroom. Commonroom is kind of a CRM with enrichment for your community channels. Let's say GitHub, Discord, Slack, any other communication tool. You can pinpoint where the user had an interaction with you. So for example, you can see here my user started my repository. Then the user joined my Discord. Then after that, the user sent a message on Slack or created a pull request. Now that is super helpful to understand because you can kind of like sort your user by the amount of engagement and you can see who contributed the most, different companies, a bunch of stuff. But what you can really do, and I think this is where the software is so powerful, the problem usually with open source that if people use your repository, even though it says that they come from Microsoft, you don't really know that they do it on behalf of Microsoft. They might do it on behalf of themselves. What I like about Commonroom that it can show you how many people from the same company is inside your system. And this is where it really shines, because in Novu, we suddenly saw multiple users from the same company testing Novu. So then we know, okay, that's a high quality lead. We might want to reach out. You can learn tons of stuff from this. The next tool, and this is kind of controversial, is BeeHiiv. So most people use their own blogs. They use CRMs like WordPress, Ghost, or any other thing. But the thing is that BeeHiiv is a newsletter plus a blog. Now, usually people don't like this thing connected, but for me, it saves me so much time. So I send a newsletter every Saturday at 9 p.m. my time. And this one automatically goes to my website as a blog. It saved me so much time, because when I worked for a company like Novu, we used to first open WordPress CMS, create the post inside of WordPress, then go to MailChimp, send a newsletter, copy the links. It was exhausting, and I can tell you that it reduces productivity. I would like to do things fast and easy. The other thing that I might think can be an alternative to BeeHiiv, I'm not sure how good their newsletter are, but maybe Hashnode, because with Hashnode you can also get your own blog that can later be used to send newsletters. So also check this one out. And if you really like this video so far, please do me a small favor, subscribe to this YouTube channel so I know that you like it and I can produce more and more videos like this one. The next tool is Mintlify. So Mintlify helps you to build your own documentation for your open source company. I've been dealing with other tools such as Docusaurus before, and there are a bunch of old ones also, but Mintlify is really, really beautiful. I think there is no reason that you would use something else, especially because it's also free mostly. So that's really good. Go ahead and check Mintlify. The next tool is Call.com, and it is used for scheduling. Now you've probably know that you can also use Calendly. That's what most people use. But what I really like about Cal.com is their free plan. So Calendly gives you one event in their free plan, and in Cal.com you can actually have more. So that's like amazing for most people that are trying to stay free until they need to scale, because they can have multiple events in their system without actually needing to purchase the next plan. The next tool that I'm using is Midjourney and ChatGPT. I'm using them a lot. Obviously, all of you are using them a lot, especially ChatGPT. But to create blog posts, Midjourney and ChatGPT are the best. I create all my cover pictures with Midjourney and ChatGPT. This is what makes them so unique and so attractive. Here is a nice little prompt that I like to use. I usually like to generate picture with pixelated, retro, 16-bit. And what I like about this usually is that it makes it like very bright. Now, this is how it usually stands out from all the other picture, because it's very bright. Most people that generate picture are very dark. Doesn't attract the eye and less people click on it. And the last tool is Gitroom. Gitroom is my platform. I use it to schedule posts for both LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit, and of course also Dev.to, Hashnode. It's just the same as any other scheduling platform. You can also schedule articles, which you don't have in other platforms. And now in the new version coming up in Gitroom, you would also be able to use influencers from inside the platform to schedule different stuff for you. It will be scheduled from the system. The system will protect you. All the money will go from the system. It's easy to track and find new influencers. So please go ahead and register to platform.gitroom.com and give me your feedback. Let me know what you think about it. And if you like this video, please go ahead and watch my previous video on how to get contributors on GitHub.